Hi, I'm John Kobierowski. I'm the Senior Managing Partner of ABI Multifamily and the co-founder of Neighborhood Ventures. I've been part of over 1,400 multifamily transactions, and my whole career is about making the process better. I'm a first-generation American. My father was actually born in a concentration camp in Poland. When my grandfather moved here, he bought his first apartment building. I guess you could say real estate's always been in my blood. I'd helped my grandfather and my father fix up that apartment complex when I was younger. And then I moved to Arizona for college. I started flipping cars. I bought a motorcycle. I fixed that up, sold it, bought a car. Fixed that up, sold it, bought another one, and kept going. My senior year of college at ASU, I realized I'd never taken out a student loan, but if I did, I could take one out for zero interest. I did that, used it as a down payment, and bought my first apartment building in Mesa, a small fourplex. Not long after that, I got into commercial real estate. I went to work for a small company called First Phoenix Realty, and in my first 2 years in the business, closed over 240 transactions. That was just before I joined Hendricks & Partners. When we started Hendricks & Partners, there were just 5 of us in a room. 14 years later, we closed 6 billion transactions in that year alone. A year or two after that, we sold the company to Warren Buffett. Then in 2008, the downturn hit, and people that had a lot of debt on properties lost their properties. Those who had less debt kept their properties. That's when I realized that I wasn't a big fan of debt or leverage. Because of this downturn, I learned something very important about multifamily. People always have to live somewhere. In 2009, when Phoenix was going through some rough times, there were sometimes as many as 1,000 homes going through foreclosure. At those auctions, we had to move fast, understand the product, understand the neighborhoods, have capital, and have resources to be able to get those homes fixed. In 2012, I started flipping houses, and the margins were strong. It didn't take long for the lenders to figure out that those margins were too wide, and they started changing the rules. In 2013, a good friend of mine and I started ABI Multifamily. We wanted to change the way the business was done. We wanted open offices, we wanted to share information, we wanted to have young cooperative brokers and create a business that was based on data and information so that we could change the way the information was being disseminated. In just the first 4 years, we did over $1 billion in sales at ABI Multifamily. We've been named the top multifamily brokerage company in the first 3 years of business. But the real game changer was in 2012 when the Jobs Act passed, and Title III opened up the market to accredited and non-accredited investments through crowdfunding. My first thought was that this is going to change everything. I could finally allow friends and family to invest in properties that we are selling. They could own pieces of it, just like some of the larger investors I work with. Neighborhood Ventures is that vehicle to help us crowdfund properties in Arizona.